Hi, my name is Chung Dha, and this is the Pentax PK adapter to EF mount. So why would you want to use a PK adapter to EF? You can actually use a lot of old lenses, a lot of PK mount lenses. I have one here. It's a Pros Reflex color. It's a 55mm f1.2. If you want to buy a brand new Canon f1.2 50mm, you'll probably be spending about 1,000 euros on it. I got this for a very reasonable price of 83 euros. I actually got lucky with this lens because the price of 83 euros is very cheap. Because if you want to buy this second hand, you probably be spending around 300 euros. But sometimes you get really lucky because some people don't know the lens or actually are selling off lenses and camera equipment that are owned by their parents or actually owned by their grandparents. And then you can buy it off really cheap, even buy it as a whole set. So sometimes you can get really lucky to get really old lenses for really low prices while they actually cost way more than that. So you can also see it as a short investment. You can actually buy an old lens and then try to resell it for a much higher price. Actually, these lenses are built to last. It's made out of metal instead of the cheap lenses you can buy like the 50mm f1.8, which is really a plastic lens. And these lenses are actually built from the 1970s or even earlier. So these lenses really outlast the camera for a long time. So the pros and cons about using the Pentax PK adapter. The pro is that the lenses are very cheap, or actually reasonable price instead of buying a new lens. The lenses outlast most new lenses and new cameras. But the cons about the PK adapter is that the adapter is, some are really well built and some are really bad. This one was kind of bad because the lens did not really lock well. Had to adapt one of the small springs and made it actually able to lock the lens better. And the cons about the Pentax PK mount is that there is a small metal part sticking out. Because of the small metal part, you can only use it on a APS-C or a crop sensor. So on a 550D, 6CD and a 7D it would work well. If you want to use a Pentax PK mount lens on a 5D Mark II, a full frame camera, you're going to run into a small problem. There's a small part that sticks out. You have to either saw it off to be able to use it on a full frame. However, you're going to lower the value if you want to sell the lens. I recommend to use the Pentax PK lenses only on the crop frame, and they work really well on the crop frame. So it's not a real con if you are using it only on a crop frame, only if you want to use it on a full frame. So how do you put the PK adapter on the lens? You actually have to align this red dot on the flat side, because the other side you also have a red dot, but that one is for the EF mount. And on the lens itself there is also a red dot, which is right here. So this dot goes here, and then just screw it tight. But there's a small problem with this lens. The spring here does not really, it's just a little bit too long. However, on other lenses it actually fit really well, because it does not really fit perfect. It tends to make the lens loose. So you can see I can turn the lens by holding the focus ring. So that's one of the problems with certain lenses on the PK mount. So this was my review about the PK mount adapter for the EF mount. So see you the next time. Bye.